Hi, welcome to Two Men in a Hat. This week we're discussing Britishness and British films. What with the magazine, Substance Magazine, discussing Britishness this week, and what with the review of Bronson in the magazine and online, we thought perhaps we'd talk about British films and whether perhaps they can be actually quite bleak. What do you think?
I tend to find that they are most of the time. I tend to find that the ones getting a lot of critical recognition are the ones that are bleak. Things like Trainspotting and particularly Bronson are really quite horrible, but again, really powerful as well.
Trainspotting was the one that sprung to mind there, but I think the idea is there's a lot of kind of life and beauty within the bleakness, isn't there? It's not, I mean, you could argue there's a bleak message, but I think the idea of, even though it's said ironically, choose life, I think the whole idea is a very positive, beautiful message, or what have you.
Yeah, I think you're probably right. I think, although you've got to wade through the nastiness of these films, I think ultimately you do end up on the other side with quite a positive and quite life-affirming message in most cases. I mean, for example, Slumdog Millionaire, which was kind of the big winner at the Oscars this year, starts off really quite horrible, but then by the end is really life-affirming.
Which you could argue is what makes it a British film in a way, because it kind of suits so many of these British films that come out, and admittedly less so than they were in the 90s and early noughties of the whole kind of Four Weddings and Love Actually and everything. And admittedly though, I suppose you could argue that as happy as they are quite bleak. Four Weddings and a Funeral, noticeably, and there's kind of a lot of bad things, there's breakups and deaths in things like Love Actually, or these Richard Curtis films, so perhaps there's a lot of bleakness and happiness in a lot of these films.
Yeah, I think you're probably right.
Yeah, it's a question of, I mean, the strange thing is how they managed to get bleakness into happy films and happiness into bleak films.
Yeah, I think it's a peculiar British trait.
Yeah. Do you think one is doing particularly more, one defines Britishness more than the other perhaps? Or just all of them, one happy mesh?
One happy mesh, definitely.